First, I played in the TAP 6A regional tournament on April 22nd and 23rd. I shot 76, 4 over, 77, 5 over. On the first day, I made a few mistakes with my putting and did not hit my approaches as close as I would have liked to, but I was able to recover decently. On the second day, we faced a 2-hour rain delay and no range. I started on hole 5 and completed my first 5 holes at 7 over par. Being out of my routine, I struggled off the tee, hitting almost all of them out of bounds or into water hazards. Despite this incredibly rough start, I was able to steady myself on the following holes. On the back 9, I shot 2 under par with 3 birdies and 1 bogey. I am proud of my comeback after my difficulties early in the round. I learned the importance of recentering myself after a bad shot and to keep pushing forward through adversity. Additionally, I played in the TJGT Barbecue Classic on April 26th and 27th. In the first round, I also struggled with my tee shots, forcing me to hit punch-out second shots, which resulted in several bogeys. I ended up shooting 76, 4 over, to secure solo second place. Only being 2 shots off the lead, I knew I had a chance at winning. The second day, I was in the last group and playing with the girl who was in the lead. I was so focused on winning that it consumed me to the point where I couldn't focus on my each individual shot. As a result, I struggled to hit fairways and greens and ended up shooting 86, 14 over, which landed me in 8th place. Despite my devastation, I learned a lot about who I am as a player, and after reflection, I determined that in order for me to play well, I must only be focused on myself. Little did I know, this harsh discovery would come into play into my next tournament. On May 5th and 6th, I competed in the TAP 6A State Championship. The first day I played very well until my 13th hole, when I looked at the leaderboard and saw I was tied for first at 1 under. Putting more pressure on myself, I ran into a similar issue as I did the last tournament. I finished my round at 75, 3 over, and in 5th place. Frustrated with my inability to hold the lead, I learned that I shouldn't look at the leaderboard and instead should only focus on each shot at hand. The next day, after a 3-hour rain delay and no range, I went out to play the now shortened to 9-hole second round. I was in the last group with Sophia Elistad, a 2-time state champion and Oklahoma State commit, who was at 1 under. Recalling my struggles and reflections in my past TJGT tournament, I kept to myself and only focused on my own shots. After a streak of pars on the first 7 holes, I finished birdie eagle after almost chipping in on the second to last hole and hitting my 6-iron from 171 to 3 feet on the final par 5 for eagle, which enabled me to not only outplay Sophia, who finished 1 over, but also finish runner-up in the state of Texas. I am very proud with how I kept my composure throughout my tournament by doing breathing techniques and focusing on what I've been working on and applying everything I have learned throughout this season.